Hi, I'm Larry McAtee, your Ward 3 City Councilman, and we've got a little different show here today. We've got something that is intended to help you if you qualify to get some money back from the federal government. And to tell us all about that is our guest, Mr. Andy Moore. Andy, thank you so much for taking time to come down and visit with us.
Thanks for having me, Councilman.
This is an unusual time. This is tax time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tax time is usually one of anguish and fretting and all kinds of other kind of negative emotions. But today we're here to tell good news to people, aren't we?
That's exactly right.
Wow, let's hear about it. What good news are we here to tell them about, Andy?
Well, what we want to share with folks is that they may not know that the Earned Income Tax Credit, which is a refund from the federal government, is available to taxpayers who earn $56,000 a year or less. And we know that about 20% of Oklahomans who qualify for that credit don't apply for it. And we want to help raise awareness and let them know that they may be leaving money on the table that is rightfully theirs.
So one of the first things we want to do today is get some excitement going to get some people thinking, do I qualify? How about telling the folks again, what is it that I have to be in order to qualify for this tax credit?
Sure. So to qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit, it's available to all taxpayers ages 26 to 65.
26 to 65. That's a pretty broad sweep there, isn't
Right,
it?
that's most everybody.
Okay.
And you have to have a household income of $56,000 a year or less.
$56,000 or less.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for the folks that are in the lower part of the income bracket, not for the people in the higher bracket.
Right. This isn't for the fat cats. This is for you and I.
All right. I like that.
I think one thing that a lot of people think is that they don't always file taxes because they may assume they don't owe anything, and that may be the case. But the Earned Income Tax Credit is a refund that is available to people who have an earned income, people who are working. And even if you don't owe any taxes, you might still qualify for the refund, and it can be pretty significant.
So the key thing is that I have some earned income to report.
That's right.
And that's what triggers the calculation for the Earned Income Tax Credit.
That's right.
What can I expect? Give me some sample figures.
Sure. So
I'm getting my curiosity is getting aroused here.
So the credit varies based on what your actual income is and the number of people in your household, the number of dependents. And so, for example, it's available to even single people with no kids, no spouse. It's also available to families. And so for a family of four, maybe a husband, a wife, and two children, earning around $50,000 a year.
That's $50,000 cumulative.
Right.
Okay.
They might qualify for a credit as large as $5,800.
Whoa, wait a minute. $5,800?
Yeah, that's more than a TV's worth.
That is a nice refund there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do we call it a refund or a credit?
Well, so the actual name is the Earned Income Tax Credit, but I think we like to think of it as a refund, right? This is money that has been paid in through our employment taxes, our withholdings to the federal government. But if we don't file taxes and claim it, that money stays in Washington. And that's why we're here today, is really wanting to remind the folks of Oklahoma City that you got to file taxes to qualify, and you may get a lot of money back.
So this is truly for the benefit of the taxpayer. There's nobody else is going to benefit for this other than the taxpayer who qualifies for the credit.
Right. If you don't apply for it, I guess Washington, D.C. might qualify because they or might benefit because they'd keep it there. We want to bring this money home to Oklahoma where it belongs.
Now, why would a city councilman and the city of Oklahoma City be interested in this thing being a successful venture?
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense that we want the people of Oklahoma City to be successful. And we know that folks that receive a refund through this program are going to spend it on things like groceries, on bills, on things here in our community. And that means this is money that is coming back into our local community and being used to help support Oklahoma City.
And so the benefit really goes to everybody in the town because that gets the economic engine going and people spend money, and as it turns, people make money. And so it's to our advantage for people to take advantage of this particular tax credit, isn't it?
That's exactly right. It goes back in. We buy things, we pay sales tax, and that money comes right back into the city. One of the examples where this has worked before is in the city of Detroit, Michigan, where a small investment in building awareness about this resulted in tens of millions of dollars of money coming back into their local economy. And I think you and I both agree that's something that Oklahoma City could really benefit from.
Sure, that money coming back in helps all of us. Now, the expenses to run this program and advertise this tax credit, that's being borne by a nonprofit here in town?
Yeah, so the Arnall Family Foundation is helping get this started, but the real message is that this is about the people of Oklahoma City, and it's up to us to build that awareness and to help people find the resources so they can file their taxes.
And you say in Detroit, what did they find up there?
So I have to check the numbers, but I want to say that it's around $14 million was the total benefit. Now, they're a larger city than us, but I think that's a substantial return on that investment.
And now you're involved with a nonprofit, and so you're out there just promoting this to get people to go down and find out what they might be eligible for.
That's right. It's called OKC Tax Help. People can go to okctaxhelp.org and find out more information about the Earned Income Tax Credit. There's a calculator so you can estimate how much of a refund you might be able to receive. And there's also a map that shows all of the volunteer income tax assistance locations around the metro where people can go and have a volunteer help them free of charge file their taxes.
So there's a lot of beneficial activities that go on in this initiative, and it's all intended to put money back in your pocket and my pocket if we qualify.
Right, that's exactly right.
Review those qualifications for our viewers again, Andy, if you would.
Sure, so it's taxpayers who are age 26 through 65 and with a household income of $56,000 a year or less.
And then the amount of refund that you're eligible for, that's what you go to get that help for?
Yeah, so...
Or go to the internet, that internet address was what?
Yeah, okctaxhelp.org is our website that has all the information there. The average benefit typically ranges from $2,000 to $6,000 per taxpayer or per family. In Oklahoma specifically, we know that last year the average refund was about $2,400. It again is based on your individual income and the number of people in your family. But like I said, on the website there's a calculator where you can put in just a few pieces of information and it'll help give you an estimate for how much of a refund you might be entitled to.
Now, is there anybody else out there promoting this same program other than you, or are you a Lone Ranger?
No, we have a number of community ambassadors. Some of them fell ill, so they weren't able to be here with us this morning, but we're out across the city doing presentations to individuals, to organizations. I was at another local nonprofit this morning telling their staff about it and here with you.
Let me ask you a question there. You raised an interesting point. If I am in an organization, and maybe I'm not going to qualify, but I'm in an organization, and I know that a large percentage of the people who are in that organization, whether they're workers or they're just church members or something, civic clubs, that might qualify for this. Do you go out and put this program on for other people too? Yeah,
I mean, I've done everything from hanging out at the public library down the street to speaking to groups of people, whether it's again individuals or staff people that work with those folks. We're happy to go out to church groups, anything, and we really want to get the word out and help people know that they may be leaving thousands of dollars on the table.
Leaving thousands of dollars on the table. You as an ambassador are out there to get people so they don't leave that money on the table, so that it comes to our economy here and benefits all of us.
That's right.
Sounds like a heck of a deal.
Oh, I think so.
Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers in the time we've got allotted?
Well, I think I just kind of want to reiterate those main points, that this is a federal program, not a state program, and that if you don't file taxes, you can't get that refund.
If I don't file taxes, I'm going to lose the opportunity to get that.
Right, so you've got to file.
Got to file.
And if you're nervous about filing or you're afraid you can't afford to file, I have good news. There are volunteer assistance programs across the metro that are able to help you. They're in most major libraries, the Community Action Agency. There's dozens of them around the metro. So there's you can find a map with all of those on our website, okctaxhelp.org, and you can find one in your area. And you can go there and they can help you file your taxes to ensure that you will qualify for this refund.
So it's all up to you and I as a taxpayer to take the initiative and go find out, and if I do qualify, to file, and then sit back and wait for the good money to roll in.
Right, right. And you know, some people are worried, like, well, what if they owe taxes when they go file? And that may be the case. Everyone's, you know, situation is a little bit different, but the good news is that with this, the earned income tax credit, even if you do happen to owe some, this can apply to help reduce how much you owe. And that means that next year, you might be on better footing.
It's a win-win deal, isn't it, Andy?
It's a win-win deal.
Thanks for coming in and sharing this with our viewers. Folks, here's an opportunity, if you qualify, to put some money in your pocket, to pay some bills, to meet some needs, or even to have some wants fulfilled. Thank you for coming down. Thank you for watching. May God bless you, and maybe here's a provision, a way that God is providing for your physical needs through some additional funds. Good luck, and we look forward to having a good report. Thank you for watching.